opposed to Florida? What kind of went into that?
Well, after they offered me, I was talking to Coach Cam a lot, and then I was debating. So when I went on the visit, I enjoyed myself, and it felt right for me. So that was the side of my decision.
Coach Cam, why the LSU?
Yes, sir.
What was the deciding factor in flipping from Florida to LSU? Was it maybe a change in coaches? Or?
Well, in Florida, that was kind of threw me off a little bit. It changed the coaches, and it just didn't feel the same as it did at the beginning. And then when I went to LSU, it felt right at home. So
gotcha.
That was made me decide LSU.
I know that probably most guys, from Louisiana, if you're a football player, you want to play for LSU if you can. They saw you as maybe a defensive prospect, and when they offered you the opportunity to be a wide receiver and maybe play in the slot, they talked about Jarvis Landry. I think you did too, and we know what he's done. Did that sway the decision at all?
Yeah, so they showed me a video, and they showed a video of Jarvis Landry, and they compared the two, and that helped it out a little bit too.
Kind of compared the two of them?
Yes, sir. They compared us two, showed the video, how I play and how he played, and we were similar.
Gotcha.
When I know you heard a lot from a lot of the other committed LSU prospects early on, especially during the Army Bowl week. Just talk to me a little bit about that and how much were they in your ear?
Well, it wasn't all of them. What mainly was the main one in my ear was Derrick Dillon, because he was my roommate, so I ain't had no choice but to hear him. And every time I see something out Florida, he's like, "No, you going to LSU." So he was the main one in my ear about going to LSU.
All right, and then talk to me a little bit about. I mean, obviously, as a principal and your coach mentioned that this isn't something that a lot of people in the community have had happen from athletes from the school. Just talk to me a little bit about that, and what it's like.
Oh yeah,
it's like the hometown hero, I guess.
Yeah, it's a big. It feels real good, to be the first one in my school or in this area to go to college. So I'm really honored.
All right, and then talk to me. I guess I know a lot of people in this community, obviously LSU fans, based on the reaction. Just talk to me, I guess, a little bit about where a lot of people in the town are really pulling for the Tigers. Yeah,
every time they see me, they ask where I'm going, and I say Florida. They're like, "Nah, you need to come on down to Baton Rouge." So they try to sway me like that.
When's the last time you talked to anybody at Florida?
Last time I talked. What, you talking about a player or a coach?
Players, coaches, right before the dead period. Did they try and make a hard push? Say, "Hey, look, you might be wavering."
Not really. I talked to coach though a lot. Drew Hughes. I talked to him a lot, and Coach Skip. They was coming back and forth every other week, seeing where I was.
Gotcha. And was there that one turning point? Did you wake up this morning and make the choice, or where was the moment where you said, "You know what, I'm going to be an LSU Tiger"?
Well, it was a couple of days ago. I prayed about it, and then when I went to sleep that night, I had a dream about playing in Tiger Stadium, and so that's what decided.
Yeah, looks like it's going to come true.
Talk about your transition going. I know that you've got a little bit of experience at wide receiver, but talk about the transition from quarterback to wide receiver.
Oh, it's not going to be that hard. It's just the main thing I'm going to have to worry about is just running my routes crisp, and that's about it.
Do you feel like playing quarterbacks can help you out at wide receiver to kind of, to kind of read coverages and all that?
Yeah, I think it helped me. It just helped me get what the quarterback want, because me playing quarterback, it lets me know things about where I want the receiver to be, so I can help the quarterback at that way.
Did you choose was the number 18 jersey that you chose there? Was that kind of arbitrary? Or was that kind of there a reason?
Well, they didn't have number 4, so I just went with the traditional number.
Okay, so you just went and bought a jersey.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a Terrence McGee thing or what.
Nah.
Talk about how you feel about that first game in Tiger Stadium. What that's going to be like for you running out there.
It's going to be very exciting. I'm very, very, very anxious to get on the field and play.
Who's your favorite college growing up?
My favorite college is probably out of LSU in Texas.
Okay. Talk about how exciting this is for you and the reaction of the student body lifting you up and kind of carrying you off the court, per se.
Oh, it was really exciting. I didn't think they were going to do all that. I didn't think it was going to be that exciting.
And then the Army All-American game, to get in there, playing in front of a national audience. It's a good experience. Talk about getting to do that for the first time.
Oh, that was real good. That was my first time being on national TV. And it wasn't really nervous. It was just exciting.
Okay. And then they talk about